Greetings, everybody. It is I, Vegeta Almighty, your loyal host here. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the fantastic and, quite frankly, the best podcast on the internet today, if I do say so myself. You already know what time it is, everybody. Of course, I am here with my good friend, Jin. Jin, say hello to the nice people at home.
What's going on, everybody?
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope everyone had a great one. Ours was there, but continuing on,
It was a pretty good day all around.
the day was great. The day itself
fantastic.
was pretty good. We actually
I actually slept through most of it, which is kind of nice. Like, I don't really get to take naps on Christmas, but, you know, staying up all night kind of...
yeah, well, so that was a whole to-do.
Oh, my God. Shout out to any parents out there that have to, you know, wrap the presents the night before Christmas.
Yeah, and shout out to uncles who do most of it.
Now I kind of understand, yeah. Shout out to the uncles that do most of the work. But now I kind of understand, like, why parents were so goddamn grumpy in the morning and why they were hard to wake up. Because, like, it was impossible for me to get up this morning.
Yeah, I mean, they had to... okay, we're going to let you all know the secret. We're going to go ahead and spoil it. Look, Santa does not come down the chimney. The parents have to let him in. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on.
I don't know. I kind of like the Santa Claus way of doing it. Like, if there's no chimney, he just kind of like says, "Fuck you." There's now a chimney and a fireplace.
But Santa's big ass is just like, you know, I want to address the rumors. Santa doesn't want to spoil the fun for anybody, but you know what? The guy has to get let in. So for the idiots who have kids and don't know the secret, you gotta let the man in. All right? So that's why they have to stay up and, you know, help him. Because Santa's like, I'm not carrying all this shit in by myself. Get up and help me.
Yeah, no joke.
But,
lazy bastard. He's got magical powers, and we still have to go out in the cold and fucking help him.
Well, you know what? The man has to deliver presents to every boy and girl in the entire planet. Cut the man some slack.
The man is fucking magical. I don't want to hear any bitching.
But magic isn't going to help him sleep better.
No, but it'll help him fucking deliver everything. And actually, quite possibly it could. You ever heard of the fucking Sandman, bro?
We've gotten off topic. Anyway.
The
topic hasn't even started. That's the worst part about this.
So, before we started this, we were talking about, you know, professional wrestlers and which ones we respect the most and which ones we respect the least. And we got on the subject of Triple H, because of course that was my answer for my most respected superstar, and that'd be Triple H, of course, just because of everything that he's done and all that stuff. Then we got to talk about Shawn Michaels, and which of course brought us to SummerSlam 2005.
Well, let me tell you something, dude. When you're talking about the millions and hundreds of disrespectites, brother, you need to understand that one of the most disrespected and most hated wrestlers of all time, dude, should be the Hulkamaniac, brother. Yeah, so Hulk Hogan is one of my least respected wrestlers. For the simple fact of everyone wants to say, oh, he invented WrestleMania. Hulkamania is running wild on you, dude. And like, I don't give a shit. He's a dick. He's an ass. Let's be honest.
Control yourself.
Yeah, I had to catch myself. I was about to say a word that would have gotten us upset.
Word.
Naughty word.
Naughty list.
He's an ass. Let's be honest. Hulk Hogan.
He is. Yeah, absolutely.
He's an ass.
He has said some fucking horrible shit. And
he
has done some horrible shit.
Let's even look past the fucking because
the blatant racism.
Because while it's fucked up and while it's wrong, we don't even need to go that far. We don't even need to go for the same kind of people that are the Benoit defenders. Well, his body of work should be separated from the action and from the man and what he did. No. First of all, blow me. Second off.
You know, even then, I will give you, as far as Benoit goes, his career was great.
But you can't separate the two. Can't separate
He
the two.
fucked everything up.
Well, Jimmy Snuka. Guess what? Jimmy Snuka is also been blacklisted.
Yeah, Jimmy Snuka has been blacklisted, and he's also kind of a piece of shit.
Yes, I'm not saying that he's any better.
Honest to God, I'm thankful for this because, I mean, this is actually going to go into my next
Tangent.
my next tangent. Well, the question that I was going to ask you is the same question, but it's for the divas, the women
Yeah.
of the WWE and in other brands too. It doesn't. We're not specifically talking about WWE, but I guess in this instance we kind of were. But all right, so let's throw it to this as a general, not just WWE, but in general, most respected, least respected.
So, again, and we're not considering taboo blackball people because that's why Chris Benoit would have topped the list for me as far as the least respected. Sorry, don't give a fuck. Him and Snuka.
Yeah, if you're blacklisted, then you have no place on my.
You don't count.
Yeah.
Because duh. But as far as Hogan is concerned, even to play devil's advocate and give those people who are like, well, you can separate them. Let's separate them. Let's fucking, for argument's sake, let's separate the blatant racism and bullshit with Hogan. Hogan never sold to save his fucking life. No bumps for me, dude. Fucking Hogan can't work. Fucking Hogan is not a steroid user, not a steroid abuser, but he does use steroids. Fucking, he's a liar. But again, moving past that, the dude politicked his way into the position that he was in. Hogan is hands down the most. You know how much I hate Daniel Bryan's character. Again, Daniel Bryan is a person. I'm sure he's a fantastic guy. Bryan Danielson,
awesome.
I'm sure he's a fantastic human being. And I'm sure he's fun at parties. But you know what? As a wrestler, from the whole package looking at it, I hate the fellatiating of Daniel Bryan and Bryan Danielson as this god among men when it comes to professional wrestling in all aspects.
So you hate his fans.
Yeah, yes. I hate his fans, and I hate the fact that he's been so fellatiated to be this second coming of Christ, and it's like he's overrated to me.
Yeah,
but Hogan is the most overrated professional wrestler in history for the simple fact of he can't work. He doesn't bump. He talked his way backstage and politicked his way into the position that he was in. He just screams at the microphone. Dude, Jack, brother, dude, bro, Jack, dude. And he just fucking... He just fucking sucks.
I swear to God, every time you do that, I'm like, this fucking Tourette's is going on.
Yeah, well, he had fucking Tourette's. That's all it was. He just had Tourette's, dude. And fucking that was Hogan was Tourette's personified, and people ate that shit up.
Honestly, I think like the biggest Hulk Hogan feat that I can ever remember happened. I'm pretty sure. I think it was like before I was born. Or if it
Come on,
was
when
at
he
least
slammed
when I was a
Andre?
baby. Yeah, it was when he slammed Andre.
He wasn't even the first person to do it.
Yeah.
Wasn't even the first time he did it.
Yeah, they made it such a big deal out of it, and they called it the slam heard round the world and all that shit. Like,
because it was at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because it was at WrestleMania.
But it was definitely not. Which that's the other thing.
And again, it was built up to sell Hulk Hogan as an action figure because Hulk Hogan, more so, his character is what really got a lot of people's attention because he was
he was a superhero.
He was like a real life superhero. Like he back in the especially in the 80s and shit. This man was beefy as fuck, right?
Steroids.
Oh yeah, but we were
we didn't
people
care.
are kids. They don't
didn't
care.
care.
They just see a dude that's like really strong. Is like, I like that guy. Like that's who all these people are fucking marketed to.
But see, here's my point with all of this. Because yes, you are right. His
Like,
impact,
he is a marketing and
his
impact legend.
was huge. But it did not have to be Terry Bollea. Hulk Hogan could have been anybody.
Yeah.
Terry Bollea was not the only big dude with charisma who could have been turned. Because let's, again, look at what made him a real life superhero. What made him a real life superhero to us? His booking. He was booked to be the superhero. He had a team of people that made him the superhero.
Yeah.
Replace Terry Bollea with like 15 other fucking guys in the world, even in the locker room, that could have had. You could have put anybody in that position. It did not have to be Terry Bollea, and the only reason that it was because he knew how to kiss the right amount of ass. That was literally the only reason Terry Bollea, to this day, is known as Hulk Hogan and is as rich and famous as he is and has this whole fucking impact in the first place, was because Terry Bollea kissed Vince McMahon's ass in the right way and got in with the right people, and they put him on the cereal boxes. They put him in the cartoons. They put him over on Andre at Mania. That is the only reason Hulk Hogan is the man he became, as far as his impact is concerned. And this is one of the very... Vince McMahon has done some shitty things in his life. And he's also just made some piss poor decisions in general. But one thing you can never, honestly, as a man and somebody who's been a fan of this industry, you can never say Vince McMahon was wrong about Brett screwing Brett, because Brett screwed Brett.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole nother fucking topic.
And Vince McMahon created Hulkamania. Hogan didn't do that.
No, that was entirely Vince.
That was Vince. Vince McMahon saw Terry and said, I can work with that. I'm going to make you a star. And he did. All he had to do was call in sick that day, and Vince would have found another Hulk Hogan. All he had to do was fucking call in sick, get hurt. Vince would have found someone else. Mm-hmm. It didn't have to be Hogan. Didn't have to be Terry. Could have been anyone else.
Which is a shame, because like, you really want to like Terry Bollea. You really do, because he's your childhood hero. He's Hulk Hogan, all that kind of shit. But it just fucking, yeah. No, I relatively agree. Like I said, it's kind of a toss up between him and Goldberg.
Oh yeah, Goldberg.
To be honest, because Goldberg's
a
lot of people will mark over Goldberg, and he's a draw. I will give him that. He is a draw.
That's why I respect Goldberg more, is because he may just be an ass who's in it for the money and is super unsafe and brought his own hype. He's not a racist. He's not like super offensively like overrated. Like, I mean, yeah, he's a squash match guy, but he's not an ass kissing politician to the same level that Hogan is.
Oh,
he's
no,
just a big
not.
dumb fucking idiot.
I was gonna say he's not an ass kissing politician by any stretch.
He's just an idiot.
Yeah, basically.
He's just a dumbass.
Basically, fucking him and Ryback.
He's a smarter Ryback.
Yeah,
is what he is.
Smarter.
Like fucking dude. It was never fucking clear to me at the time, but he's definitely Goldberg too. Oh. He was definitely Goldberg too. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what they tried to do with him. Like that's kind of Which I think it's hilarious
Because
because
he's just as unsafe.
well, you remember his first name in the WWE when he was in NXT?
You remember his first fucking name when he was in fucking Tough Enough?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like Skip Sheffield.
It was something else, I think, at that point. I think he had like a cowboy gimmick going on at that point.
Possibly.
some shit,
Fuck,
who
I don't
knows?
remember. That was a long time ago. I first remember, like, actually remember him as Skip Sheffield
I remember that too. Yeah, he was
in NXT.
he tried to steal Scott Hall's gimmick.
A little bit.
Like, is it ready for a silverback survey? I mean, hey yo, Ryback rules. Just fucking.
Not to mention he had like one of the least impactful fucking finishers I've ever seen in my life. Shell Shock looks so fucking
It was
stupid.
so boring too. The meat hook was good.
Oh, dude, the meat hook clothesline was fucking brutal.
The meat hook should have been his finisher.
And I'm gonna be 100% honest, just in case Ryback ever does see this. When he first came out and he had that meat hook clothesline, I was a fucking fan.
Dude, when they first
when they
brought Ryback
booked
out,
him as like a fucking
Yes.
when they first booked him as like a replacement Goldberg, he was dope.
he had potential.
It wasn't until I found out like the shit that was going on backstage with him and the fucking fights that he was getting into backstage.
For
and
me,
the
it was
fucking
just
people.
he fizzled out way too quick.
He
for
did,
me.
and it's because again they set him up as a squash matcher, and everybody knows in this industry, especially nowadays, squash matchers are cool. They're a quick draw.
Mm-hmm.
They do not really have longevity.
Not in the
Like a
slightest.
squash matcher in this day and age is literally your 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah,
Now, there's a few exceptions to this rule. Because there's a few people that have actually made a decent career after being set up as a squash matcher.
Strowman was like,
I was just about to say, Braun Strowman is the first one that comes to mind. Fucking Brock Lesnar. That
Yeah.
motherfucker is a squash masher.
yeah, but
he
Brock
an
is different.
impactful
See, Brock
squash
is different
masher.
because Brock didn't start out. Yeah, he did squashes, but Brock has proven he could go the distance.
Oh, yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
now not as much because he had a lot of shit health wise that went wrong with him too.
Yeah.
So like, but fucking dude could go. Like as much as I don't like Brock Lesnar, like I said, I have to give him his respect where it's due because dude can work his ass off.
Oh, yeah. Brock
Maybe,
Lesnar
like I said,
is a workhorse. He's a
Maybe
fucking
not
tank.
now but to be honest, if Brock can't work like he used to, he has a fucking pretty good excuse.
Well, yeah. Well, that was another whole fucking topic that we're gonna talk about here shortly. Actually, no, screw it. I want to get into this topic. Which one do you feel is more dangerous? WWE or professional wrestling in general, or MMA?
See, it's a toss up because it really just depends to me. Because they could one could be more dangerous than the other, depending. Like if we're just talking singles match, Monday Night Raw, even the main event, not super fucking, out the way. Nothing super fucking crazy. Just a normal Monday Night Raw main event. Or even a SmackDown main event. Play a 6-man tag team match. Play against The Undertaker. Holla holla. Fucking
that kind of shit.
one of those things. MMA, hands down, is much more dangerous. But when you you can't look at King of the Ring 98 and tell me that shit was safe.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna say I disagree, just on the principle that there is no way MMA is more dangerous than any time anybody steps foot in that ring. The second you step foot in that ring, you are following something more often than not, because there are a lot of exceptions again to this rule. But more often than not, you are following something that you have set up with your opponent, because your job is to try to keep each other safe. Now, a lot of people are very fucking good at keeping other people safe, but if they weren't, they would have a lot of issues.
I will say that that's where my fundamental disagreement with you is on this. Your job as an MMA fighter is to beat the dog shit out of your opponent and either make them not be able to fight back or not want to fight back.
Well, see, here's my thing with the MMA. The MMA is watched carefully by the referee, whose job it is, as soon as the person's actually knocked out, He is to intervene and separate, and as soon as he separates, it's done.
Yeah, but the thing about that is,
If a fighter gets injured, it's over immediately.
yes, but that injury, like, especially if it's bad enough, it could just be like that. You could get it and not know it. You're more likely. I'm looking at this statistically wise. You're more likely to get hurt seriously in an MMA fight than you are a wrestling match. A normal now again, death matches are a whole fucking nother to do. Yeah. But
well, I mean, like, so define regular match, because nowadays a regular match involves a whole bunch of flippy dippy shit.
Right? I mean, maybe a couple of high rent district moves, like
there's a lot of high risk maneuvers. There's a lot of maneuvers that if you fuck up, you will hurt somebody.
I mean, when you start doing moonsaults and shooting star presses, obviously you're increasing the risk factor. But the way I look at it is, a lot of people that do those know what the fuck they're doing, and they're very highly trained. So the whole goal of a match is to make it look like you're hurting the other guy without actually doing it. Your job as the guy getting hit and as the guy hitting is to do it as safely and as carefully as possible to not actually hurt the guy that you're with. So I say, just on statistics alone, wrestling is less dangerous. It's like if you're working with people who are professional and know what the fuck they're doing and are doing it. Now, let's put it into a scenario where I will agree with you. MMA match between two guys, top of their fucking game. You know, they're really buddy with each other. It's not like any animosity. They're like, this is just a friendly competition between us. Pair that up against a match with, I don't know, some jobber and Goldberg, then yeah, I would fucking say the goddamn wrestling match is more goddamn dangerous, considering it's fucking Goldberg. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're getting injured. Or a pissed off Perry Saturn. That's another one. Fucking Perry Saturn, man.
Fucking JBL.
Yeah, JBL's an ass, though.
I'm sorry, back when he was in APA, Bradshaw.
Even JBL.
Well, I mean, yeah, JBL was vicious, but, like, he...
Yeah,
he kind of mellowed out a little bit in the ring as he got older. Dude. When he was younger, he did them stiff fucking shots.
Dude, nothing. No story is more funny to me than the Public Enemy versus the APA.
Oh my god.
Look, what did they say? They said they're not doing the table spot. My ass. Then they beat the dog shit out of the Public Enemy.
And Public Enemy was, unfortunately, they were too weak to give receipts.
Like, and then
they would have got beat so fucking.
But they were asked. They were kind of asking for it though.
Well, yeah, Public Enemy was dog shit. I don't care what anybody says. Public Enemy was a fucking stupid little stable.
Yeah,
like, dude, to put it in perspective, fucking Too Cool was a better stable.
Yeah, that's a damn shame.
Public Enemy,
because more people know Too Cool than Public Enemy. Some people listening to this podcast are, who the fuck are they talking about?
Fucking D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry were a better stable than
fucking head wobble.
D'Lo Brown's fucking.
Dude, I love D'Lo. He was pretty cool, dude.
D'Lo was pretty great. Fucking Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
The world's greatest tag team, bro.
The world's greatest tag team was fucking dope.
They were great. Team Angle. But no, so... It's funny that they fucking went from that and then fucking the
best tag team.
Oh, best tag team. Fuck me.
Yeah.
You go first because I've done a lot of talking. Also, welcome back to ADHD personified.
Yeah, I'd have to say it's a toss-up for me.
Mm.
And, of course, my top two are the Dudley Boys, Team 3D, and Rated RKO. Because Edge and Randy Orton together was pure fucking genius. Now, if we're putting a top 5 in there, number 5 is definitely RK Bro.
That's gonna be funny.
Because Riddle and fucking Randy Orton, there is something about their chemistry that is just, you can't help but smile when you're watching these motherfuckers.
I just can't get over. I got a fucking scooter in my hand. I fucking love that clip. I fucking love that guy.
Now, a little bit of a rule to this is you cannot name a stable, like a 3-person fucking stable.
Yeah.
And have it as a tag.
It has to be a
that's
duo.
why, that's why the New Day's not on my list.
Right. Dude, that fucking clip lives rent-free in my head, though.
The primetime players.
Yeah.
I fucking love the primetime players.
They didn't get what they deserved.
No, unfortunately, they did not.
Those
two are fucking fantastic. Montez Ford is a goddamn genius, and I absolutely love him. And
wait,
the primetime players, not crime time.
you said Montez Ford.
Yeah.
Are you talking about?
Wait. Maybe it's not primetime players. That's I'm sorry. That's Darren Young and fucking
Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil.
That's who I thought you were talking about.
Who was Montez Ford?
Fucking, I don't remember the name because I don't even watched it so long.
God damn
Street
it.
Profits? Is that
Street
what they're called?
Profits?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah.
was. It was Street Profits. Fuck, I hate my life. I didn't even get their fucking name
Primetime
right.
players though, they didn't get what they
No,
what they
the
do.
primetime players were fucking awesome too.
Yeah, but
Although
Titus
to be
O'Neil
fair-
was a klutz though.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I like if I were to rank them, the actual primetime players would be like lower than crime time.
They were pretty well. That's just because of they didn't get to do anything.
Yeah, they really didn't. Like it was kind of
But they had good chemistry though.
But getting back to it, the top 3 or top 5, definitely starting with RK Bro at number 5.
That shit lives in my head rent free, bro.
No, you know what Randy moment lives in my head rent free?
What?
When he fucking RKO's Mark Henry and just
The
jumps
fucking
up and
split,
fucking-
yeah. Dude, Randy Orton lives in my head rent free. That dude has like fucking great moments.
Oh, yeah.
On top of great, dude. Fucking when he fucking looked up at the camera when he was supposed to be selling, we're off the air, and then it just gets up and walks the fuck away. Dude, Randy doesn't give a fuck.
So there's that one, and then he has like the best celebrations. He has some of the best RKOs too, like the Evan Bourne RKO.
That shit was great.
The fucking airborne RKO, shit was brilliant. And then Seth Rollins at WrestleMania with that fucking curb stomp into an RKO. His celebration after that was just fuck,
dude.
yeah.
One of my and people are gonna.
And he's like, nobody knows why he's fucking celebrating either.
Yeah.
Why he celebrated so hard? It's because him and fucking Rollins were doing that over and over and over and over, and they couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck it, we're just gonna go for it.
And they got it.
And he got it when it mattered, and he was just.
And it was a great RKO.
Like it was the most beautiful RKO, one of the most beautiful RKOs I've ever seen.
One of my other favorite Randy clips. People are gonna give me shit about this. Was when fucking Mr. Kennedy over-rotated him on that back suplex, and as he's selling, he's like, fuck you, and as he's going back down, he points at him, he's like, you're so fired. You could tell he knew he was going backstage to bitch afterwards.
So there's that, and then the fucking Kofi Kingston moment.
Stupid. I love that clip. I don't care.
And then fucking years later, they played the same shit when Kofi hit
That was
him
good.
and just did stupid.
That was good. That was good.
Like that was fucking brilliant. But yeah, so RK Bro, definitely 2007 DX.
Yeah,
because
they were pretty good.
At that point they weren't an actual stable, so they qualify. And then you have Team Extreme, of course, the Hardy Boys.
They've since fallen for me.
I mean, yeah, they've since fallen. I'm talking about all
time, they've since fallen down my ranking.
Oh yeah,
but just because Jeff can't get it the fuck together.
Well, no, like with those guys, it's more so the nostalgia of I watched them when I was growing up. I'm talking about like old Matt and Jeff.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I can see what you're saying there.
Pre-Jeff fucking his life up.
My nostalgia has dropped from them though, just because Because they just can't. Because Matt's just fucking not as good as Jeff. Let's just
Well,
call
keep
it
in mind,
spade.
and I'm just gonna say this: I have no disrespect towards Matt or Jeff.
No,
and their personal,
not at all.
Their personal shit is their personal shit. Like
I'm not mad.
it
I'm
is
just
what it is.
disappointed.
That's basically what it is. Like
Jeff could have had the world.
in all honesty, like Jeff throughout the years has been one of the most entertaining sons of bitches that I've ever met in my life, and I honestly I haven't met him, but I don't know why the fuck I said that.
I hope he finally
But
gets it together.
that I've ever seen. He's one of the most talented individuals that I've ever seen, and I'm sad that we're not going to get to see the best of him. Like the best of him's already kind of passed, and I understand, dude, that he's given his fucking body for us.
Yeah.
Like he gave his body to entertain us.
And I respect him for it.
And
I
have
really
a
hope he gets his life cleaned up.
vast amount of respect for him. I just hope for his sake and his health that he ends up in a better.
I don't ever want to see
situation.
Jeff.
I don't ever want
in
to
a
see
ring.
TNA Jeff.
I don't want to see Jeff in the ring again.
Yeah.
Because
be
it's
honest.
not good for him. Because he can't not throw his body at this business, and he can't not do that and be sober.
Because that's what he's fucking expected
Yes.
of every time now.
Which, Jeff, if you for some reason hear this, please, just stop. You've done enough for this business. It's not healthy for you. Please just... We thank you for the memories.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We hope you get your affairs sorted out and everything is okay. But dude, it's not worth it. Your life.
Right.
We appreciate what you've done. You've done enough. And just like I've said about Mick Foley in the past, you can go home now.
Yeah, you've done enough.
Especially Mick Foley. You can go home now, Mick. Put your teeth back in. You can go home. Jesus Christ.
So, which brings me to my number 2, though.
Number 2, yes.
Of course, it's the Dudley Boys. Or no. This one's gonna be rated RKO.
Rated RKO,
actually.
and then the
Be-
Dudleys.
And then the Dudleys. It's gonna be rated RKO because honestly, Edge and Randy Orton together was just priceless. It was fucking gold.
Priceless was pretty good too. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway,
Fuck off. But they were an astounding tag team. They both had great heel energy. They worked really, really, really well together, and they meshed really well. And you had the ultimate opportunist, like two of the most opportunistic motherfuckers to ever step foot in that ring together on a team. Like you knew, unless they were facing Super Cena, then they were gonna decimate who the fuck
they're kicking
ever.
ass.
And it's because that's the way that they're booked, but at the same time they made it very fucking convincing whenever they did it.
Yeah. So.
And then of course, Team 3D.
So my list looks nothing like yours.
No?
My list, low-key, looks nothing like yours. So I want to... Ranking them is going to be hard for me. So let's see. I'm trying to think. Number 5. What would be at the bottom of my top 5? So this one's going to be difficult. But I know my list doesn't look like yours.
Fucking Motor City Machine Guns.
What the fuck are you smoking? God, no.
Dude, they were actually pretty good.
Yeah, but they're not top 5 of all time.
Fair.
What are you smoking? Jesus Christ. You alright, my guy?
Apparently not.
Yeah, I know, right? So, alright, let me see. So, I will say that there's kind of a crossover. Sort of. Because while I love 2007 DX, they weren't... First of all, 2007 DX was good, but they're not Prime DX.
Well,
They're
that's
not
true. They're
peak
not
for me.
Of course, they're not Prime DX. The Prime DX was a stable. It included China and Road Dogg
Yes.
and X-Pac and everybody else. 2007 DX made the list because it's not a stable. It was just a tag team
Right.
at this point.
But I know, but I was saying, like, I don't know why, for me, that kind of disqualifies them, but it does. Just because, like, because I can't justify putting them that high. I don't know, but they were great. They were fucking hilarious.
I would say they were great for what they were, which was at the time
a nostalgia
that they
act.
were booking. It was a nostalgia act, and B, it was comedic wrestling.
Yeah,
Like that's what it was. It was a comedy setup. Like they would fight dudes like the Spirit Squad, and have like fucking, kiss my ass matches with fucking Big Show and Vince, or they shove Vince's head up Big Show's ass. Like they were more so the terrorizing fucking twosome than anything else. But the fact that they were still able to do that and still have as high regard and high caliber matches with those fucking silly ass match types and opponents and all that shit, that's what speaks volumes to me about 2007 DX.
That's fair. So, I will say this. There is crossover on my list itself. But there's two teams that share a member.
Okay.
Starting off my list with my fifth favorite tag team. This one's going to fucking blow your mind. RVD and Kane.
Okay.
Such an odd couple pairing. But god damn, it worked. They were both hot when they were a team. They were both, no pun intended. Yes, Kane fire. Yeah, we get it. It's very funny. They were both over like Rover when they were a team.
I was just saying, no, it kind of reminds me of the dynamic with Team Hell No.
See, Kane works great with little people.
He does. Kane works
Kane
great
and
with
X-Pac.
That's the one thing. I don't like Glenn Jacobs.
Yes,
I like
Kane.
Kane.
Was great. Yeah,
Kane was fantastic. He could work with anybody.
So that's my first team. Just because they were both over as fuck, and they worked so good together. Now, my favorite tag team, number 4 on my list. D-Generation X proudly brings to you the WWF Tag Team Champions of the World. The Road Dogg Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. You can't.
The New Age Outlaws
You
are
can't
fucking fantastic.
have a list of some of the greatest tag teams of all. Dude, working heel, actively working heel. Your entrance is over because you get the people to do that shit along with you, and you're working heel. Fuck you and your tag team.
That's completely fair. I love the New Age Outlaws. They were absolutely fucking fantastic.
Just a fucking fantastic team.
They were a fucking wonderful team. I love the New Age Outlaws.
Fantastic guys.
They're definitely in my top 10. They're definitely in my top 10.
I forgot one of my... Fuck, I forgot one of my tag teams. No. Okay, so, number 3. As much as I despise one of the motherfuckers on this team. The fucking No Mercy special. Hey, you wanna be protected? No? Or we're gonna fucking kill you. You wanna be... Oh, you do wanna be protected? Cool, we're gonna fucking kill you. Fucking the APA. The fucking APA
was
dude,
fantastic.
Fucking, they just beat the dog shit out of people.
Because they can.
Because, yeah,
and you have two of the most badass motherfuckers that ever stepped foot in the ring on that team, being, of course, Ron Simmons and fucking JBL.
Because, again, love them or hate them, they both really fucking put in a lot of work. Again, JBL is a cocksucker, but...
Yeah, JBL's that typical piece of shit, but at the same time, you can't not give credit to the man.
You have to give him some sort of credit, yeah.
Like, he career-wise, he earned where the fuck he got.
Right.
And he earned every fucking bit of it.
And he did, and he definitely earned it. My second of all time tag teams. I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out answer. But just, I loved everything these guys did, both together and separately. The Guerreros. Eddie and Chavo.
Okay.
Dude, their fucking vignettes of them just fucking going around stealing shit. Dude, just, they were great.
Oh, absolutely.
Together and separately.
Chavo, not so much. Separately.
Chavo could work, but he didn't really get much to work
Chavo
with.
was a fantastic jobber.
Chavo was a worker, though. Chavo could work, but they, like you said, they jobbed him the fuck out.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like they jobbed him the fuck out. He could work. He was fantastic at working. The problem is his biggest claim to fame
was his last name.
I remember was A, his last name, and B, he had like the fucking cruiserweight title.
His biggest fame was the people he was related to.
Yeah.
Which
is a shame
depressing.
Because Chavo himself was fucking fantastic.
And he had a lot of good matches with Ray.
Yeah, he had a lot of fucking good matches. And I think that's kind of the thing is, let's be honest, Vince McMahon was kind of a very racist.
Yeah. No, it's not even necessarily just race. It's just like Vince McMahon loves big sweaty man, as King Ross would say. But fucking
he does. And that's the thing is you get all these. I'm honest to God surprised Eddie got where he was because
he was smaller.
Yeah,
comparatively,
he was smaller than all the other dudes that Vince fucking creams over. But Eddie just had that certain je ne sais quoi. He had that fucking. He had that charisma.
He had the it factor.
And he was that dude. I think the thing that put him the most over with everybody is the fact that you could use his addiction and things like that in promos.
You could milk his trauma, which is fucked.
He would let you. He would let you fucking milk his trauma, and then it was done. Now, keep in mind, yes, JBL is kind of a shit person for the most part.
Yeah.
But when he saw what fucking happened to Eddie in the ring, and he threw the referee and I said, "Count him the fuck out right now."
He's not an evil person. Yeah, he's just kind of an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely an asshole. But yeah, that whole situation, like that right there, it gives you a whole bunch of fucking respect for that dude.
Yeah, that's what the JBL. I don't respect for him as a person. That's why he's on one of my least respected lists. But he's a bully, but it's weird because I both respect and don't respect him. I think he's an asshole. I think he's a bully.
You have respect for him. You just don't
respect him. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah, because he's an ass. Yeah, but
it's kind of in the same sense. You can have love for somebody and not really love them.
Yeah, he's an ass, but at least he's got some redeeming features about him that makes him not terrible a human being.
Which is fucking horrifying. To sit there, it was the two most traumatic fucking things I think to see that happen in wrestling history is probably Owen Hart falling from the fucking sky, and then Eddie Guerrero just having a heart attack in the ring.
Yeah. I think it was a combination of because he was so goddamn tired. He hadn't slept.
Yeah.
Because he'd just been fucking because the schedule they had him on was shit. So he was fucking tired, and it was a combination of sleep deprivation and he was wore out. And Eddie Guerrero gave his life for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And wrestling didn't deserve Eddie Guerrero. It's just straight up, they didn't. Yeah. WWE didn't deserve him. We didn't deserve him. It just didn't happen. But
he is fucking fantastic.
It was great. Which, getting back onto the topic,
because
we've been sidetracked. This is definitely a cop-out answer. Brothers of Destruction. Because fuck you.
Because Undertaker.
Because fuck you in any hopes of your tag team doing anything. We're going to come in here, we're going to beat the dog shit out of you, and then we're going to leave. Like, that's literally the
Like,
Brothers of Destruction.
Honestly, you put any two against the Brothers of Destruction, and it's going to be a bad time for just about
Finding the
anybody.
Brothers of Destruction was a punishment for doing something wrong. Like, we're going to come out here, we're going to beat the fuck out of you until we're bored, and then we'll pin you. And then we're going to leave.
Yeah, like, it's...
You're going to stay there, and then maybe next week you might beat some jobbers. But you might also lose to those jobbers and then get fired because we're the Brothers of Destruction and fuck you.
I was gonna say that's kind of the funny thing about the jobbers, especially in WWE. Like, if you start losing to jobbers, if they start booking you to lose to jobbers, which they're gonna have to do regardless, because a jobber, while their whole shtick is to make somebody else look good, there's occasions where they themselves have to look good and credible still as well. So they're going to have to win some matches. So when your ass starts losing to the jobbers, you know you're on your way out the fucking window.
Fucking
or out the door.
Al. This jabroni's name is Al. Fucking, I love that. Fucking, I love that. This shit is so fucking...
But anyway, wrapping up because it is 2 a.m.
hella late.
Here, so.
But yeah, so that's my list. Sorry that we got so fucking sidetracked. Also, sorry that we have been MIA.
It's been rough.
Rough is a fucking understatement. And it's been 100% my fault. I'm just going to say that.
This is both of us, to be honest.
No, it's been mostly me. Because let's be honest, if you were busy, I could have still fucking recorded some shit to fill it. I had time to record that fucking Christmas video that I did not that long ago. Hell, I still have Christmas videos that I just haven't finished. But
That's fair.
Shit's been weird, but
regardless,
with that
we're
being
gonna
said,
start pumping out a little bit more content for you guys. We appreciate you sticking with us. Thank you so much. And again, drink your water. Don't be a dick. Have a good night.
and Duke bought his
Christmas.
he's asleep already, so yeah. But that's going to be it for this episode, my fellow wielders and my loyal subjects. But we will see you all next time, where I try to microwave a hamster. I'm not actually going to do that, PETA.